Alright, so, just want to show you some of the bullshit I've been having to deal with. Let me give you these blue screen vibes. Let me put a little post in the chat while I got the time. I say everything like a nerd on the chat. I guess in general, but especially in text and in community posts and such. I'm over here trying to speak all corporate and shit. Let me load a little something. And then I'll at least get some PS2 vibes going before anything. So the PS2 is up and running, it is functional, it's operational, I've had it for a few days. I was supposed to not even get it until yesterday, but... Anyway, the first thing I did was free McBoot it. Which is just a matter of downloading, burning something onto a DVD, putting some files onto a USB, running the DVD on your PS2 so that it can execute, some flash software to read the USB and, you make a memory card with it. Or, you glitch a memory card with it. So let me power this on. And there's just, issues with this a lot in general. So I've got the free McBoot, so you get the free McBoot stuff, and then it's set to load directly to the browser. Because otherwise it'll boot the disk and then I can't do anything with it. Because getting this stuff to work on it it's kind of a chore. There we go. I was like, where's my PS2 sound? So, yeah, getting this to work hasn't been as simple as just cracking the PS2 and then popping some imports on it. So I got the free McBoot menu running, which makes it possible to use this ULaunch elf thing to, play games off of backups and whatnot. But the way the PlayStation actually works is you need emulators to do all that, unless you have a mod chip. So I had to bust my PS2 open. It's actually still unscrewed, so I have to be careful picking it up. But it's reading the PS1 disc, which sort of authenticates it, I guess. It, puts it in that mode, because it's really weird. It can only activate PS1 mode by authenticating a PS1 disc. That's part of the PS2's, security measures. So I had to pop the thing open, block all the sensors so that I could open the disc tray and swap the discs around without it knowing. Because once you open it up, I think one of my things came loose, actually. Oh, no, it worked. Okay. So I got it open. It's still spinning. Because one of the sensors is real tricky. So now whenever I launch this, that forces the disk to stop spinning, but if you look up at the top right here where it says stop disk PS1 CD, that's basically the mode that it thinks it's in. So right now what I've done is I've taken out my siphon filter. Whenever you launch this app, it actually stops the disk motor, so you don't have to like force the disk stopped or anything, so that it you don't have to worry about it breaking. So, but because I have the sensors blocked, it's still reading it as a PS1 CD up there. But what I've done now is I took out my siphon filter, my original PS1 copy, which is what I used to authenticate it and put it into PS1 mode basically. And now in this menu, I popped in my PAL region backup. So it's, and then I did forget to turn fast disk booting back on, which is gonna suck then, but let's just see if this works anyway though. You run this PS2 disk and this just launches the disk as normal. Which, if the sensors hadn't been blocked, it wouldn't have been able to authenticate this as like a PS1 image file because of all the security measures in the PS2. So you have to block the sensors. The two are easy. You can just like jam the disk break with some paper, and it might linger on this for a while. Sometimes it does longer than others, but this specific backup, this disk seems to be alright. I've gone through a couple dozen disks trying to get a functional backup, and this seems to be the best one, and it's still got some problems. So this isn't too bad. Sometimes this takes a while, but as long as it boots past this, it seems to be fine. The problem is I played earlier up through the park, and when the screen went black up before Gerdu, it just never loaded past that. The music never stopped. Okay, so now it should all load fine, but the screen centering should be off, is the main issue that I've been having. And that has to do with the video signal being different between the PAL region and blah blah. And since this is an analog signal, it affects, you know, my upscaling. This isn't an issue with emulators because it fixes it. It's not too noticeable right here. And right there I have no sound effects. And no music is playing already. But those loading speeds are nice though.
When does the operation begin?
Our intelligence within the...
And then there's another problem too. I actually can't set up...
Got an ID match for
Oh, hey.
Gerdu is on level 2. No location for Kravitch, and I don't see any sign of error mob.
Alright, so this should
Copy.
fix it.
I'm on my way.
Okay, so as you saw, my gun is real low right there. I can't see my ammo. Thankfully, the game itself can fix this with the centering option. So that's a bit of a little cheat right there. And then now that we've seen that intro cutscene, we can quit the game, which should fix some of these noises, hopefully. Okay, and now I'll do the new game, and then I'll run the timer, and then that will skip that intro. And we should see a pretty significant speed difference. My issue, though, this seems to perform alright, but it's just, you know, I don't know if it's gonna skip or just crash halfway through the game, halfway through the run. Because there's still like security measures that the PS1 will be doing, and it might, at some point it might realize that I'm using like a false game because it's just like, hey, it's not supposed to run this fast or blah blah blah. And like I said, I forgot to do the fast disk speed, so that's going to be an issue too. But either way, it should still run a little bit better.
Right.
A lot of this audio glitching is going to be from the fast disk speed, but like I said, I turned that off already, so all the errors right now are just issues from running the PAL version on the American hardware, which a mod chip I think is a cleaner, more functional solution. Damn you. Okay, let me get the fast disk going so I can actually test this out. Hopefully this loads up as it did. But the problem is we have to go through all this issue again, so... I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to pop Syphonfilter back in to get it into that mode, and then I'm going to launch all the free McBoot stuff again to get it running. It doesn't take too long, but it's just a pain. Alright, so Syphonfilter's in. We'll boot to browser. So now it's authenticated. It's in that mode. The tray's already open. The sensor's got it spinning because it's blocked already. So then make sure to press options with the triangle and then go to driver. And then disk speed set to fast because I couldn't figure that out. And now I'll launch elf. Oh, see, and then the disk stopped beforehand. Yeah, that third sensor that you gotta like take the cover off of, that one's kind of a real pain compared to the other two. The other two you can just block with some paper. That one actually has to be pressed, and it's very small and very sensitive. So even just having it taped down is kind of an issue. And I'm just going to see if I can get far at all without it glitching, and if it does, then I'll just have to go back to the emulator. That'll be the best, that'll be the best bet for now. And then hopefully whenever I open the disk tray right now, the tape will keep the button pressed. All right. Yeah, so as long as you see that stop disk equals PS1 up there, that means that your laser didn't disinject, so the sensor never went off. So now it'll read the image file just like it would off a black disk, and hopefully it doesn't take too long to load. It doesn't take too long to get to the park, but if it doesn't skip past that point, I'm of course going to be paranoid the whole time that it is going to skip at one of those black loading zones.
989
But I mean, live and learn, I guess, trial and error. What I have been able to test, though, the time differences are already significant. I can get seconds a couple of seconds faster than I would making even a mistake or two. Making a mistake or two even compared to like what have been pretty ideal runs up to this point. At least as far as it's let me play, so it's noticeable for sure. And see, we might have already gotten a fuck up right here. And it's not impossible to run like backups even just on a simple soft mod, but without some kind of mod chip or disk method, damn, it's frozen. It will, you have to run an emulator, which is pretty funny to run a PS1 emulator on a PS2 that can already do it, but, you know, Sony, I guess, did a decent job with it. But I guess it's for the best. We'll just switch to our emulator for now. Let me get that set up real quick, which will be much faster. I'll keep trying to find a way to get that running, but it likely will not. It won't be beneficial to me by the end of January. Which I don't plan on giving up the speed run after January, but it's not going to be a dedicated thing that I do because it won't be the center of content creation, you know.
989 Studios.
But alright, with that out of the way, since I know we're not going to have these same issues here, I'm going to get my skip set up real quick.
They are coming.
But I'm gonna
torch it. Burn it all.
I'm gonna drag it out and milk these intro vibes for a second so I can drink a little bit of water, do what I need to do, because of course the next 90 or so minutes will be taken up. And as I said, reviewing some of my later runs, my fastest run so far, which was just barely under an hour and a half, a solid 18 minutes of that was attributed to just dying and checkpoints and things like that. So there's, you know, an easy way to shave 20 minutes right there. And then about another notable 6-7 minutes worth of, you know, just sloppy play, little mistakes here and there, choking under pressure.
I don't know what they were growing, but it wasn't narcotics.
Romer knew we were coming.
So what's our next move?
So getting it down to about that hour mark should be very possible, but it's just going to be whittling it all down. But see, there's still going to be a couple of minutes
I want 2 additional teams
problematic
assigned
to the
this.
run, but it just
One of
revolves
them-
around the stronghold and the catacombs again. It's just such a shitty part of the run.
Logan is my best agent. What do you want to do? Nothing. We will wait. We will wait and see what we can discover.
Our WHO contact was correct. Everyone within 100 miles is dead.
Not everyone. This man is still alive.
How is that possible?
It's not.
Oh. Let me, of course, get the right controller. And then, yeah, even this little glitch right here is kind of troublesome to set up because there's so many audio issues with the PAL region, you know, being played
When
on a
does the
North American
operation begin?
console.
Our intelligence within the FBI was not clear.
One of the problems,
Men are already inside the
as I'm
subway.
realizing now, is that a lot of these
Yes,
cutscenes and
enough to
dialogues
eliminate
are related
everyone
to the
within 100
actual
miles or more.
voice clips themselves.
Procedure, standard intercept
So,
and eliminate. These are
in this
our
intro
concepts
cutscene where you have to like watch the
Nick's
first
team is already on
in-game
first.
cinematic
You are the
and then reset the
I
game,
recognize Anton
you know,
Gabriel
quit to the
from
title and then
Alamo.
reset to skip
Who's
it,
the other one?
because it skips this whole cutscene entirely, so you don't even have to waste time skipping this.
When you eliminate him, you'll also have to destroy
In the other one, if it has any kind of audio issue and Leon doesn't talk, if Leon never says anything, the cutscene can never end.
power to find your targets.
Which I got footage of that earlier. It's pretty funny because those guys just eventually end up lining up and shooting you as they would normally. So yeah, just watch this.
I've got an ID match for Romer on level 1.
You know, let this little cinematic play out, and then quit back to the title, and then whenever you start the new game again, for some reason it skips the actual FMB. So we'll do that now. And before I do that, I'm just going to switch the audio, so I'm going to turn my microphone and all that off. You'll still hear the game, but it's going to come out through both speakers, and it's going to be a little louder, so, you know, just mind that. And then I'll check back in at the end of the speed run. I did bad the last couple of times and just didn't finish it, so this time I'll go ahead and stick it out and see what it is. So give it another minute. Thanks for sticking around, and wish me luck.
taken out Kravitz and destroyed the comm equipment, but I don't see their uplink dish.
I'll trace it. You've bypassed the subway security. The ramp in the first terminal should be clear now.
Beacon set. Tell CBDC to get its guys down here.
Copy. They're on their way. Gabe, what's happening?
I'm setting a beacon. Wait.
Gabe!
Check.
That should be all the C4 you need to blow open that passage.
Leon, I found the gas main. I'm shutting it down.
Logan.
I've spotted Mara Aramov in the top. Where's Romer? Where are the other bombs? Leon, I'm on my way to the park.
I've set the pickup frequency.
Right.
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand by.
Cover me!
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand by.
Cover me!
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand by.
Cover me!
CBDC has the signal. They're on their way. Stand by.
Cover me! Bomb disarmed!
All clear, Gabe.
at the entrance. Tell CBDC to get their team moving.
Hurry, Gabe. You don't have much time.
Anton Gerdue. I hope Romer's paying you enough to...
Gabe, your dude's work.
Check.
Gabe, are you all right?
He's finished.
We've analyzed blood taken from Romer's men. It contains...
Biggins heading for the...
Check. What are you doing here? You...
Gabe, Biggins run for it. Romer and Airmont were after him.
He's... right.
The entrance to the dinosaur.
Check. I don't know.
There goes Fagin. Is Mara still alive?
Yes. Now to get some answers.
Hurry. More security is on its way.
Leon, send in.
Gabe, we needed Mara alive.
I've discovered why every mission in this investigation has been compromised. Right. I found a fuel tank. I've planted the first explosive. Damn it! I found the power to the motion sensor. I'm heading over to the bunkers now. That's the last explosive. I'll trigger the timer once I'm on the roof and have disabled their radar.
Copy.
Leon, Check.
Gabe, check your fire. Damaging that missile could set it off.
I've got the last code. I'm gonna try to find a way up to the radar tower on the roof. Get ready to lift off.
I'm ready.
Leon, I found the elevator to the roof. Get ready to dust off.
Gabe, the force is falling with control.
Leon, I'm... Right. Leon... My God. Syphonfilter.
One more thing.
Check. found the first group of... Right. I'm finding Farcom. Check. I think I know how they've been moving. Right.
Security has been breached. Roma has ordered the...
All of Romer's under...
Check.
Please. Follow me. Kill them. No, this way. Follow me. Look out! This way. No, this way. That's her cell. You're on your own now.
Let's get out of here. Check your fire! We've got company! Ha! Got him! Ha! There's someone up ahead.
Please!
Gabe, with boats.
Erickson, move.
Who are you? What do you want?
I'll ask the question. Leon, I found shipping manifests for parts. Leon. Right.
That's the last viral case.
Check.
Gabe, that's Warehouse 76.
Leon, asthma. Check. sight. I've made it into the power room. I'm going to try to overload the generator.
Be careful. I'm not sure what that will do to the power room. The whole place could blow.
I don't have much choice. Leon, I found the elevator down to the silo. See. Leon? Check. Leon? Right.
I'm intercepting frantic calls from NATO command. They're tracking the missile's launch. All European commands are being ordered to DEFCON 3. If you don't get to the detonator on level 2 in time, we're looking at World War III. I'm intercepting frantic calls from NATO command. They're tracking the missile's launch. All European commands are being ordered to DEFCON 3. If you don't get to the detonator on level 2 in time, we're looking at World War III.
Leon, I made it. I'm triggering the missile's
Logan! Logan!
What now?
First, we get the lab guy started on this disc and your vaccine.
No, I mean, all of this. What's happened here? Markinson's involvement with Fagin, Romer, their plans, the virus?
What's it all mean? I don't know. With Markinson dead, I don't know if we'll ever
All right,
know.
well. We got a little bit faster time, but Gotta get my shit set back up. But yeah, our time was a good little bit faster. We dropped it from 129 to 117. But a lot of that, as I had already mentioned, was just not even so much the checkpoints, but my insistence on retrying like the most efficient way that I can think to do it with like those earlier runs. So, you know, cutting a lot of that out, of course, saves time, but it would save more time, you know, to do the thing and then just do it right. But that'll come later on. Like I said, I don't plan on stopping the speed run once January ends, but because it won't be the center of content creation on the channel, since I'll be back to, you know, quote-unquote regular programming, it'll be something that I'll do, you know, probably a couple times a month, as often as I feel like it. And yeah, the second half, absolutely. I was reviewing my footage that I was doing for the guides today, as a matter of fact. And segmenting it by stage, you can see the big fat chunk where it's not even the last few stages. The last few stages, honestly, I know the AI is like pretty aggressive, but it's easy. The stronghold seems to be way more of a problem. Just, you know, the high risk of the Syphonfilter patients, and then, you know, messing up a fall. That's what's getting me, is I want really, really nice, clean, fast falls, and it's just so easy to go flying off a ledge while you're trying to scroll through your thing and just... The first half, it's pretty much solid. I still just struggle sometimes, as I'm sure many people do, with like the mobs. The bank mob at the beginning, the park mob, you know, in stage 4. Mara, I can't say really gives me any legitimate trouble. I just get really unlucky with Mara. I didn't used to, but ever since I got better at the full speed run, Mara just escapes me now. That time gives me a better idea of really what more I need to work on, though. I already kind of did, but the stuff in between, the stuff that isn't as obvious. Hopefully by the time I start sharpening up more and more, I can get this PS2 optimal as well. It was running, but there's just so many issues with it. And then this first mob, I still like to get real perfect, but I'm trying to look more into all of this stuff, because especially with the later stages with the warehouses, there's a lot of chances to avoid combat, but I gotta get used to sneaking around people.
Cover me.
I would also like a better controller for my PS2. I'd like an original PS1 controller to match the PS1 Classic. Just because I don't like the analog sticks being in the way, and I don't like how much thicker it is. Honestly, another big problem I've been having too is the tower. Sometimes this just doesn't do me too good. But as far as everything else goes, it's really just, yeah, the stronghold sections. I hate it.
Leon, right.
Yeah, that was already bad. I gotta get better at hitting the rotor. You gotta love Gabe aiming at everything but the thing in front of him. Yeah, I've gotten the one cycle before, but it's just been mostly luck. I can't get really the spawning, I guess, down with it. And then this one right here still gets me here and there. This is a big save for me personally, but if I screw it up, it doesn't amount to much. Just like that. Thankfully, I didn't mess it up here during the run, but it was with a less than great base segment overall. The good thing about the way that I do the base is that I can always just default to the regular mode, to the regular strat, you know, as my safety. But I lose the combat shotgun, really. And see, there I am doing something completely wrong. Oh yeah, I mean, I understand all that, but ideally I shouldn't have to be doing any of that against the helicopter fight. It's the first person should be enough, but it's just, again, I'm not too good with, I guess, either predicting where it'll spawn or forcing it to spawn where I want to. If I could, then I could get the hang of, you know, shooting it right at the rotors from the beginning. And there's actually a lot of things that make you more accurate. I think the crouching is the only thing that explicitly boosts your targeting, but because of the auto aim, everything can have like its aim boosted. It's just kind of weird. And then it's less useful than crouching while targeting because you're usually limited to what's in front of you. Your range of vision, at least. There are ways to,
I found the first group of
you know,
right.
Whoops. Yeah, there are ways to kind of jimmy it to your advantage, but it's easy to mess up. But of course, you know, with the speedrun being the challenge that it is already, why not try to incorporate it all into it? That's my mentality, at least. I don't think... I mean, I can mess this segment up pretty easily, but there's nothing really to refine in this particular stage. I think I've got everything pretty much great as far as optimal play. I just, you know, it's not unusual for me to be fatigued by this point. The next stage gives me a few more problems. I'm kind of working some of them out already too, but... And then, yeah, I've seemed to pick up on that
Right.
it'll go to one side or the other depending on where it spawns, like, initially, but... Oh, yeah, I don't have gas grenades. That's the problem with skipping around. Because if it spawns on, like, the side that I'm facing where the switch is, usually it will, it tends to spawn off the, like, opposite, not the opposite wall, but one of the corner walls, I guess facing the switch, it would be the one right of the switch. It seems to always work out that way, but as to whether it'll spawn on that side or the other, that's what, you know, trips me up. And if I can't really predict that, I have no way of, you know, getting a jump start on it, which I guess is critical to the one cycle, is that very problem. I want to get, yeah, I want to get that worked out too. I'm trying to find a good little pitter-patter to do that with.
Finding Farcom and WHO shipping containers everywhere. Check.
Because those drops from those crates in this stage, alongside that one specific drop in the silo access tunnels, those are very time-consuming. And then, of course, the big one is going to be the Fagin segment of the catacombs. There's still a bunch of, like, hypothetical, theoretical saves, but it would all depend on, of course, figuring out glitches and things for this game. Like, if there's any way to figure out any sort of flag bypass, that would, of course, just destroy everything about the speedrun as it stands, because objectives wouldn't matter at that point. But I feel like, just by the nature of, like, some stages' design, that might be possible in some areas more than others. Like, Mara's loading zone is one of the weirder ones, just the way it is and the way that it's got, like, a kill trigger for you. If anything, that might be bypassable. Well, that definitely doesn't work as well. It seems going off the angle sides is the way to do it, but well, oh. But yeah, I'm glad that at least didn't take too long. And yeah, we got a sub 80 run at least. Seems like I didn't even save the times, but it doesn't matter, of course. I stream all this, I chronicle this. So yeah, the guides, of course, are coming out all soon. This is a better run than the footage I've been working with overall, but since I'm editing all the stuff anyway, it doesn't really matter. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see what I'll do for the speedrun for the next few days until I'm off again and can do full runs.